9:13 WMAZ Morning starts now.
While we have another nice day in store today, all eyes on the potential for severe weather tomorrow. I'm going to break it all down for you. It's coming up.
Plus, the case now closed for one of the men charged in connection to a Twiggs County double murder. The sentence he'll now serve.
Plus, investigators continue to look into items taken from a late football great's home, how much some of the memorabilia may be worth.
This Dublin movie theater is scheduled to open up again. We'll get reactions from the community.
Well, good morning. Happy Tuesday. You are looking live over a great start to the day in downtown Macon. The time is 6:30 on this March 22nd. I'm Caitlin Heck.
And I'm Wanye Reese. And from Louisiana all the way here to Georgia, all eyes are on that system that is moving towards our way.
Yes, thankfully we at least have one more good day of weather, Courtney, before that happens.
That's right. Yeah, so enjoy it. Soak in all the sunshine and warm air while you can, because tomorrow is definitely going to bring a different picture. I've already seen some incredible video from out to our western parts of Texas, and I'm sure, unfortunately, we are going to see that out of parts of Louisiana and Mississippi today. 49 right now in the city of Macon, so as you're getting ready to head out the door, we'll talk about what you need to know. It is chilly out there. 49 here, and area-wide, we are generally in the upper 40s and low 50s. We're at 53 in Warner Robins, 54 in Unadilla, 51 in Roberta, 49 in Cochran, 51 in Milledgeville, and 50 in Wrightsville. So the light jacket, probably not a bad idea for now. You won't need it later in the day. If you're heading to the Cherry Blossom Festival today, taking part in any of the festivities, it'll be beautiful, warm, upper 70s by the early afternoon and breezy. Could experience wind gusts 15 to 20 for the day today. If you're heading out later tonight, mid-70s. Overall, a nice evening, though. Of course, like we've been talking about, the story changes tomorrow. That's all thanks to a cold front that's already bringing severe weather to the Houston area and parts of Louisiana. And tomorrow, it's our turn. I'm going to time everything out for you. That's in just a few minutes.
Thank you, Courtney. A sentence handed down for a man charged in connection to the deaths of a Central Georgia couple. The investigation continues into a Bibb County church fire.
And paying your water bill could get a little easier in Warner Robins. Let's catch you up on the three things that you need to know this morning. A man accused of killing a Twiggs County couple will now spend the rest of his life in prison after pleading guilty to their murders. County Sheriff Darren Mitchum says Charles Rowland went before a judge yesterday to plead guilty to 2 counts of malice murder. The judge then sentenced him to 2 life sentences without parole.
Those murder charges stem from the September 2021 deaths of Peggy and Fred White. On September 11th, deputies got called to a home in Dry Branch for a burglary. The investigation then turned deadly, with White's bodies found soon after. The second person charged in the case, near Lester, still awaits trial.
Bibb fire crews are still trying to figure out what caused a fire that destroyed a Macon church. You see the video there. Firefighters got a call around 11:30 Friday night to the House of God Church on Houston Avenue. Chief Shane Edwards says when crews got there, they saw heavy flames and black smoke coming from the building. It took about an hour to get the fire under control, but firefighters stayed throughout the night to make sure it was out. Chief Edwards says they're looking into the heating, air conditioning, and hot water systems as possible causes.
Well, hope is on the way for some families struggling to pay their water bills in Warner Robins. City Council passed a water assistance program yesterday. The federal program helps low-income households pay for drinking water and wastewater. It will help you pay your home water bill if the bill is in your name, or you can verify a water burden. Household size, income, and composition will determine the amount of assistance. The program is effective now until September 30th. It then has potential to be renewed. And in your state news this morning, we're learning more about the cost of memorabilia stolen from late football great Demarius Thomas's house. It comes as Roswell police continue to investigate. Thomas died in December at 33 years old. Just over a week ago, on March 13th, police arrested several people who partied at his vacant home. A few days later, his mom, personal assistant, and financial advisor met with police saying someone took items from the house. That included an ESPY award, a signed Tom Brady jersey, thousands of dollars in cash, and an oxygen chamber. We spoke to the owner of Howard's Pawn and Jewelry in Macon to look at the possible value of those items.
Tom Brady's autograph memorabilia, having researched it even this morning, is looking like they could be anywhere from $1,800 to maybe as much as $3,500.
Howard says Thomas's ESPY award could range from $1,500 to $2,000. On social media, members of the Demarius Bebe Thomas Fundamentals Camp reported people were selling his items online. If you have any information about the stolen items, you can call the Roswell Police Department.
The era of another Atlanta sports player is ending. Last week it was Braves player Freddie Freeman, who is now with the Los Angeles Dodgers. And this week the Falcons are moving on from Matt Ryan. The team confirmed that they've traded the longtime franchise quarterback to the Colts for a 2022 third-round draft pick. Falcons owner Arthur Blank says Ryan represented the organization with great class, professionalism, and leadership, both on and off the field over the past 14 years. Atlanta also announced that they have agreed to terms on a 2-year contract with quarterback Marcus Mariota. Now, this morning, we're taking a closer look at your reaction to the news of the trade. Now, Shane says it's about time, and this is at least 10 years late. And Thom says it's about 5 years late. He says Atlanta should have gotten rid of Ryan and some other players after the Super Bowl debacle in 2017. He says that blown championship game would have never stopped living in their heads as long as they were Falcons. Now, Greg says finally it's a new era, a new kind of football. We've got it change with him. Now, he wishes Ryan the best, though, and Ruth does too, saying she's liked him and hopefully he has a bigger success elsewhere. And Winston says good for Matt. He deserves a chance to win again, and that isn't happening in Atlanta. You all seem pretty bitter. You can let us know what you think by finding this post on our Facebook page and leaving a comment.
All right, let's get to your election news this morning. As campaign videos pick up, one candidate is now dealing with a fine related to one shot last year. The Georgia Government Transparency and Campaign Finance Commission accepted a consent order yesterday in an ethics complaint against Lieutenant Governor candidate Burt Jones. The order says Jones paid the commission Friday and also agreed to reimburse his state Senate campaign $8,000 as the end result of an ethics complaint filed in August of last year. The complaint goes back to a tweet from Senator Burt Jones last July showing him and his family shooting what looks to be a campaign video. Those same scenes were featured in a campaign video tweeted the next month. The complaint alleged that the video was filmed before Jones filed paperwork required to accept and spend campaign contributions. The commission found Jones mistakenly accepted a campaign contribution before filing a declaration of intent to accept donations.
Today, Peach County students will get the chance to hear from Congressman Sanford Bishop. The district says he'll be at Fort Valley Middle School at 10 a.m. Bishop currently represents Georgia's 2nd Congressional District, which covers nearly 30 counties, including parts of Bibb, Peach, and Taylor. Also today, you have the chance to get to know new administrators at Peach County High School. That includes the next principal, Jesse Davis, and 2 new assistant principals. Davis is taking over for Ken Hartley, who's resigning at the end of June.
The district says there will be a meet and greet at 6 o'clock at the high school on Peach Parkway in Fort Valley, and it is open to everyone. All right, the time is now 6:37. At least for most of the last week of cherry blossom, we get some good weather other than tomorrow.
Yes. And for the last weekend, of course. You know, that's when a lot of people are going to be able to go.
I hope it'll be like absolutely beautiful. I just saw in D.C. that their cherry blossoms are in peak bloom. They're blooming. So I'm hoping by this weekend with the good weather, we'll get a little bit of bloom going.
Yes. I hope that the warmer air can kind of bounce back some of the ones that didn't really do so well when we had that freeze a couple of weeks ago. We can keep our fingers crossed because like I was telling you guys, really, I mean, last year I was looking at the pictures from the Cherry Blossom Festival and they were just so stunning. So we can hope, hopefully they will bloom in time for this last weekend and kind of come back to life a little bit. All right, everyone, as everyone is getting ready to head out the door this morning, some of you for school, if you're heading out to the bus stop this morning. I know spring break is right around the corner for some counties across the area. 48 for the morning, so upper 40s, low 50s. And then by that recess hour, we'll be in the low 70s. It will be breezy. And then for the ride home, temperatures will be in the upper 70s. A nice and warm day in store. And so for those of you who maybe are heading to the Cherry Blossom Festival, those of you students who maybe are on spring break, the envy of all the other counties who aren't this week, I'm sure. It is going to be a beautiful day. We'll see partly sunny skies, temperatures in the low 70s by lunchtime. So even if you're heading to work today, maybe a good day to take that lunch outside. And then today, temperatures will climb into, again, the upper 70s and low 80s, paired with that wind out of the southeast thanks to an area of high pressure that's bringing in that southeasterly wind at the surface. Could experience wind gusts upwards of 15 to 20 miles per hour for the day today. Now we are waiting on this front that's already bringing severe weather to parts of Houston this morning. Texas has just been non-stop for really upwards of 12 hours now. It's been a really long evening and morning for parts of Texas. This system will continue to push into the southeast, and you see this red color here. that's a moderate threat for severe storms, level 4 out of 5. Storm Prediction Center reserves that for when they are confident that there is going to be some sort of significant severe weather setup, including the potential for some long track tornadoes, which it is possible that happened in parts of Texas yesterday. Thankfully, we are not looking at that level of a severe threat, but we do have a severe threat in play, level 2 out of 5 for all of the area. It's indicated by this yellow color here. We'll be looking for damaging wind gusts upwards of 60 miles per hour, maybe some small hail, and maybe a tornado or two. The wind and the rain are going to be our two most widespread threats. But as we head into the late morning, you just can't rule out a brief tornado and maybe some small hail as well. So take a look at the progression of this front as it moves through the southeast. You can see how well it holds together along this line of storms. Straight line damaging wind gusts, embedded tornadoes, including some with the potential to be long track, maybe even some large hail. We're talking 2 inches in diameter. That is not safe. That'll break a car windshield. And thankfully for us, that is not what we're looking at here in central Georgia. If we do experience any hail, I do think it will be smaller than 2-inch diameter. We just don't simply have the ingredients for that. As we head into the overnight hours, what's going to be happening here at home? A warm front will be lifting north. That's going to destabilize our atmosphere. Storms will be ongoing out in Alabama. Come 7 o'clock in the morning, this is the time a lot of you will be headed out for work and school. It is going to be a rainy commute to work and school for some of you. At this point, I don't think we necessarily have a severe threat, but we will be watching for maybe a strong storm. I think the late morning is really when we'll be keeping our eyes out for it. However, I do have the time frame from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. But at this point, you can see these little cells, a broken line of storms that is reducing our severe threat. But nonetheless, it's these little cells that will take advantage of that wind shear and start to spin. By 2 o'clock, pushes out of our eastern counties, and we're done with our severe threats. So the good news is by the time you head home from work and school tomorrow, everything will be out of the way. We could have a few lingering showers as we head into Thursday, but no severe threat for the day Thursday, just Wednesday. So be weather aware, have a way to receive weather warnings tomorrow, and then a few showers linger into Thursday. But take a look at the second half of the week into the weekend. Nothing but sunshine and 60s. We'll go back into the 70s by Monday.